Friends, Foundation for Ecological Welfare is once again ready with a new program. And this time, the foundation has decided to have an interview of a plant expert on a unique group of plants. Do you know, friends, plants without roots, without stems, without branches, and the plants which do not bother about having flowers and seeds, and still they are called plants, definitely. And these are the plants which are existing on this earth since millions of years. They are very small in size, but their role is very big since millions of years. Friends, today we are going to touch upon a group of plants called bryophytes. Bryophytes are, laymen or many even nature lovers or novice plant researchers or plant students do not know about them. But still, they exist and they share our environment at many places. They are there besides the streams, they are there in the misty forests, and they're also present in arid areas. So we thought that why not to share knowledge of an expert on this subject with all of you. So today, friends, we have invited a young plant researcher who has conducted his doctoral research on bryophytes, and his name is Dr. Rakesh Gujar. Before I invite him for the interview, it is like a mixture of interview and presentation. Before I invite him for this purpose, let me introduce him first so that all of you know his profile. Certainly, he's a young man. Let me read out his profile. So friends, our today's expert is Dr. Rakesh Gujar. Dr. Rakesh holds a PhD in botany with a specialization on the subject diversity and distribution of bryophytes in eastern central Gujarat. All of you might be knowing that Gujarat is a state in Western India. So his PhD research was conducted in this state on bryophytes. He earned his PhD degree on this subject from the Maharaja Sayaji Rao University of Baroda, which is located in Vadodara city of Gujarat. His academic journey includes a BSc in botany and an MSc in applied ecology from the same university, that is Maharaja Sayaji Rao University. Dr. Rakesh has research experience in his subject, in the subject of plant sciences of more than 10 years since 2012. He has published 11 research papers and 2 chapters in an edited book. In addition to bryophytes, he also has research experience on wetland phytodiversity and ecology. He has done extensive field studies on hydrophytes and halophytes of some wetlands of international importance or Ramsar sites in Gujarat state, like Nalsaror wetland, which is also a bird sanctuary, Wadhwana wetland, which is in the state of Vadodara in Gujarat, Thol Lake Wildlife Sanctuary, and Khijadia Bird Sanctuary. These are all 4 Ramsar sites in Gujarat state. And besides this Ramsar sites, he has also worked in other wetland areas like conservation reserve called Charidand, which is near Great Run of Kutch in Badni grassland area. So, friends, why we have invited him? The reason is that he is one of the, probably I would say, rare researchers who carried out his doctoral research on bryophytes. So, friends, without wasting much of your time, now I invite Dr. Rakesh Gujar for this interview-cum-presentation. Why I'm calling this interview-cum-presentation? Because initially I would ask him some questions, but then he will carry on his own about the bryophytes. Okay, so our today's topic is beautiful bryophytes. Though they don't have flowers, beautiful flowers, or they don't have beautiful fruits, but they themselves are beautiful. They are wonderful. So I invite Dr. Rakesh Gujar on this to talk on this topic, beautiful bryophytes. Dr. Rakesh, my first question to you is, what are bryophytes? Means the laymen have heard about trees and shrubs and climbers, etc. And I also heard about the angiosperms and other terms of plant world. But this term bryophyte is something bit new for me, and maybe it might be new for many other people in our audience. So can you please explain this term bryophyte? What is it? And what is the origin of this word? That is also my curiosity.
Yes, so I will explain what is bryophyte. But before explaining about bryophytes, let me just give a brief about what are different groups of plants that occur in this world. So, discussing about the plant groups, there are two major groups of plants. One is non-seed bearing plants, and other are seed bearing plants. The name itself suggests that seed bearing is these are the group of plants which have seeds and they germinate by seeds, whereas other is seed bearing plant and non seed bearing plant. So one two who doesn't have seeds are non seed bearing plants like algae and bryophytes. And bryophytes we're discussing later in detail. And the others are seed bearing plants that includes gymnosperms and angiosperms. Right. Both this group of plants have seeds, but the main difference between these two group of plants is gymnosperm don't have a seed coat, whereas the angiosperm have a seed coat or a seed covering. Hence, they are gymnosperm also have naked ovule. So these are major groups of plants that occurs. Now I will be discussing or briefing about more about the bryophytes rather than other group of plants. So the term, as you asked about the term bryophyte is derived from two main words, bryon and phyton. So in Greek, the bryon is called as mosses, and phyton is plant. So this together makes a word or bryophyte.
Okay.
So technically, this group of plants which are very small and non-vascular plants. Non-vascular here means they don't have angiosperm higher plants like vascular system like xylem, phloem. This xylem and phloems are used for transport of food and water. So in this, they are very simple structures. Right. They don't have non-vascular. They are hence called as non-vascular plants. They don't have proper vascular system. And they are grouped into mosses, liverworts, and hornworts. Now, coming to the reproduction, they have basically two types of reproduction. One is asexual reproduction, other is sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, they don't have gametes involved. Whereas in sexual reproductions, they produce gametes and gametes are involved in their reproductions. One more peculiar character about this group of plant is that they survive over a long period of time because they have a capacity to tolerate desiccations. What they have to do is when there is a lack of water or water is scarce, they curl their leaves, and when they attain a favorable conditions like they during the monsoon or when they get a moisture, they again revive.
Right.
That's why they can survive over long period of desiccations. In the contrast, we don't have angiosperm that much capacity of what we call desiccation tolerance, except few plants. But this, especially the mosses, have a long duration of desiccation tolerance. And one more character that is peculiar to it, it is called the ectohydric. That means it directly absorbs the water and inorganic nutrients from the minerals from the atmosphere. They have their
Okay, but
surface is
Dr.
over.
Rajesh, hello, Dr.
Hmm?
Rakesh, I have one question here.
Yes, sir.
Do these plants have regular stem and roots and branches like other plants, or they have something other some other body structure?
No, they don't have exactly roots, not exactly stem, not exactly leaves. But
Okay,
mosses do have similar structure. I won't say roots or stems and leaves, but similar to root, similar to stem, and similar to leaf. They have structures. This
okay,
I will explain in later when I explain the mosses in detail. But they have
okay,
similar structure. But they don't
okay,
have true. They have false root system, false leaves
okay,
and false stem. They don't have two
okay.
roots, two stem, and two leaves.
Yeah, please carry on.
So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
huh. Now talking about their evolution, they are a very old group of plants. They are considered oldest land plants. Why? After aquatic plants, after algae, the oldest group of plants is bryophytes. We can see here that they are about 450 million years ago.
Okay,
See,
yeah,
this goes to around 450 million years. So they are one of
okay,
the oldest land plants, the
right,
terrestrial plants. After that,
right.
slowly and slowly, the gymnosperms and angiosperms evolved. And how
Okay.
they evolved also I will tell. But the after coming of bryophytes into the existence, the other group of plants evolved slowly, slowly, slowly over a period of time.
Correct. Mm, yeah.
And one more peculiar term that is used for bryophytes, that is they are called amphibians of plant kingdom. Like
Oh,
we have amphibians in animal kingdom,
yes.
we also have amphibians in plant kingdom, and they are bryophytes. And why they are called as amphibians of plant kingdom? Because they require water for germination. They are
Okay.
terrestrial plants. Okay, two different
Okay.
things. They are terrestrial plants, but for germinations they require water.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
in this life cycle, we can see here, this is highlighted portion. These gametes, they
Okay.
swim through the water. Water is the main transport medium.
Right.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
water, this spores or gametes get transferred to the female gametophyte.
Okay.
So for their transport of these gametes, water is very essential medium. So if what happens if there is not a proper monsoon or we don't get proper moisture or proper water, their germination don't occur. This is one of the main important characters that we don't get sporophyte easily in this in bryophyte when the atmosphere is not conducive,
So do
and
you
hence
mean
they
to
are
say
called.
that, yeah, do you mean to say that for reproduction they need water, presence of water? Is it
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. If
Okay.
they're going
Okay.
for sexual reproduction,
Okay.
if they're going
Okay.
from asexualists, they need water.
Okay. Okay.
This is just a brief about what is their status in world and in India. Okay, in
Okay.
India, this is algae. This is 40,000. In India, this is 7,500. Bryophytes 16,000. About in the world, it is 2,000 in India. Pteridophytes 12,000 in the world. In India, it is
1289. Yeah.
1,289.
Yes.
Gymnosperms 1,000.
Right.
In India 79. Same similar for angiosperm.
Okay.
This is just a glimpse about what's the status in
So
India.
you want to convey that as far as bryophytes are concerned, there are 16,236 species in the world and 2,748
Yeah,
species in India. Okay. Okay. Fine.
yeah.
Fine.
This is also old data. This is 1670 data, but still they are the numbers are increasing. They are
Okay.
called the second largest group of land plants
Oh, I
after
see. That's very
angiosperms.
interesting.
Okay,
Very
because many of the
interesting.
algae are aquatic.
Okay.
Aquatic. So
Okay.
if we just see after angiosperm, they have largest number because many of the algae are aquatic. Though bryophytes are also aquatic, but majority of bryophytes are terrestrials. So they are
Right.
called the
Right.
second largest group of land plants, terrestrial
Very
plants.
interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Now this is a status that is about the group, different groups. Now coming
Okay.
first, I would like to explain what are the different groups of bryophytes we have it. So types of bryophytes we can call it. One
Yeah.
is the liverwort.
Right.
Okay. The other is hornworts. The
Okay.
third is mosses. In liverworts also we have two types. One is leafy liverwort. The other one is thalloid liverwort. This will I will explain detail in next coming slides. Now, in mosses we have two. One is acrocarpic mosses. The other one is pleurocarpic mosses.
Okay.
Now, what are these leafy liverworts? What is thalloid liverwort? And what is acro and pleurocarpic mosses? I will explain. So, leafy liverworts, as the word suggests, leafy means they are like a leaf.
Okay.
They are
Okay.
leafy liverworts called, because whereas thalloid, they are dorsiventrally flattened.
I
I can
see.
show you the
Okay.
example here.
Okay. Okay.
See, these are liverworts, thalloid liverworts.
Okay.
Why? Because they are dorsiventral. This is dorsal part. This is a ventral part of a plant. They are dorsiventrally flattened. Whereas the other leafy liverworts are leaf-like structures. Okay, they have leaf. Hence, they are called leafy liverworts.
Okay. Okay.
And coming about the hornworts. Why are they called hornworts? Because they have, like animals' horns, they have horn-like structures. You
Oh,
can
that's
see here. There's a
interesting.
horn-like
Yeah.
structures.
Yeah. It can be clearly seen. Yes.
That's why they are called hornworts.
Yes.
Here also there are, but it's a bit unclear. See, this one, this is a horn.
Okay. Okay.
From the names itself, we can say horn words. Words means horn words. They are
Definitely.
horn-like structures. This is
Definitely. Yeah.
Anthoceros. This is Nototheros.
Okay.
Anthoceros and Notothyllus. These two species are horn words. This is
Okay.
they are both commonly occurring species in Gujar.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Dr. Rakesh, I am
Now
just
talking
curious.
about,
Yeah. Can
yes
I
sir.
interrupt you just a minute? What is the difference
Yes sir. Yes
between
sir.
yeah, what is the difference between pteridophyte and bryophyte? Some basic difference is there?
Yeah. Pteridophytes.
I think they include ferns and all those things. Pteridophytes.
Ferns. We have ferns. That they are higher than bryophytes, but lower than
Okay.
gymnosperms. They also
Okay.
don't produce seeds. Okay.
Okay.
But they are
That's all.
higher
That's
than
all.
bryophytes.
Okay. You please carry on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Not talking about the structure of liverworts. They have, just as told now, this is a dorsal surface and this is a ventral surface, and this is the dorsal part of a thalloid liverwort. This is thalloid liverwort. This is a
Okay.
dorsal part,
Yes.
and this is a ventral part. And ventral part, they have scales on the borders. Just you see, this
Okay.
is border of the thallus.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
scales.
That can be seen.
They are
Yes.
generally
Yes.
purplish color.
Right.
Purplish
Right.
color. And on
Right.
the central part, there thread-like structures are there. You can see is thread-like
Okay.
structures.
Yes.
These thread-like structures are nothing but rhizoids.
Okay.
Their main purpose is encourage. That is, they help in sticking to the ground. Encourage is their main function. Rhizoids' main
Okay.
function is encourage. And
Right.
rhizoids also have two types. Just these smooth wall rhizoids, and these are tuberculated rhizoids. Tuberculated, they are like structures within the cell. See, these smooth wall rhizoids are the walls are very smooth. They don't have any protuberance or rough structures.
Yes.
Whereas in tuberculated rhizoids, the inner surface is bit rough or like what some projections you can call it. So projections are there in it.
Okay.
Like structures. Okay.
Right.
There's two types of rhizoids are there in
Got it.
liverworts: smooth walled and tuberculated. And
Got
this
it.
is scales, structure of a scale.
Okay.
This purple color is our scale.
Right. On the
Now, these
border.
scales also varies from species to species. However, in some species, the scales are protruding out of the margin, while in some species, the scales are up to the margin.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
so depending on the species, also this scales differ. And
Okay.
in most cases, this is purple in color, but in some cases, it is highline. Like for example, in this is Cyathodrium. In this, the scales are highline. We don't easily see the scales. This is again a very commonly occurring species of liverwort.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Now coming to the structure of this mosses. This is a typical structure of a typical moss.
Okay.
This is a vegetative part. This is a gametophyte. This is sporophytic part. This sporophyte. This whole structure is
Okay.
called a sporophyte. Okay.
Yep.
This is capsule. This long stalk-like portion is called seta, and
I see.
this whole sporophyte has one more structure that is called foot, but that is not visible because that is embedded in this portion.
Okay.
Okay, so this sporophyte has three structures. One is capsule. Okay, that is a bulbous or globular structure. The other one is stalk-like structure that is called seta,
Right.
and the third one is
Leafy structure.
bulbous or something like structure that is leafy, not leafy exactly, bulbous structure, but that is hidden inside the leaf.
Okay.
This is somewhere here.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is here somewhere. If we dissect this leaf, we can see that portion. So it had three structures: food, seta, and capsule.
Okay.
This whole food, seta, and capsule makes up sporophyte. The other vegetative part is this. And here
Right.
also we have rhizoids. But the difference between the rhizoids of the mosses and the liverworts is that in mosses we only have smooth wall rhizoids. We don't have
Okay.
tubercular rhizoids in mosses.
Okay. Right.
Okay, and this is the main axis of we can call it stem or main axis. These are leaves, leaf-like
Okay.
structures, not exactly leaf. They're leaf-like structures.
Right.
Now, earlier I have talked about two types of mosses, right? Acrocarpic. These are What is acrocarpic moss? Mosses have two type of growth pattern. One, it grows straight away this way. But this is a ground
Okay.
we consider. It grows straight away. They're called
Okay.
acrocarpic mosses. Okay. The other one, they are pleurocarpic mosses. You can see this is a substratum. They go parallel to substratum.
Okay.
They are called pleurocarpic mosses.
Okay.
These
Right.
are acrocarpic mosses. Okay. This is Bryum coronatum. This is hydroconium. Hope till now I'm clear about the different types of bryophytes and their characters, basic characters.
Okay.
Now there are as such the bryophytes are found everywhere. Okay, wherever there is a moist place or there is a moisture in the soil, okay, they are generally found everywhere. Okay,
Okay.
but there are few places that are hotspots in Gujarat, like Pavagadh, Girnar, Saputara, Pore forest, and any other sanctuary of forest area where we have good amount of moisture, okay, good amount of humidity. There we can
So
find
here
these
you are talking
bryophytes.
about the places in Gujarat,
And generally-
right? These are all places in Gujarat.
yeah, these are places in
And
Gujarat.
most of them are
where
having
we can
hilly areas, I think. Pavagadh, Girnar, Saputara.
yeah, hilly. Most of them are at.
Okay.
There one more characters. As we go higher, the diversity of generally this bryophytes increases because they love moisture and they go more in moisture and moist places. As you can see in Pavagadh, Girnar, these three, Pavagadh, Girnar, and Saputara are most
Okay.
important from point of view of bryophytes diversity. Because all these three, as you said, sir, all three places are
Yeah.
at elevation. Okay, so at
Right,
elevation we
right.
have good moisture also and good humidity also.
Now, Dr. Rakesh, it is likely that
Yes,
there
sir.
may be some. It is likely that there may be some viewers outside of Gujarat. So, in their region, if they are interested in searching bryophytes, should they go to the hilly areas in their respective states to find the bryophytes?
Yeah, in the hilly areas where yes, in the hilly areas or a terrain where there's a good amount of moisture is there.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
not that in desert area we don't find bryophytes, but there are a particular group of family, that is Potaceae family, that is mostly found in arid to semi-arid regions.
Okay. So, does
Okay,
it
the
find?
members of Potaceae, because
Yeah. Yeah. Please carry on.
like Potaceae we have in Gujarat. This is also one of the important major family Potaceae that is found in arid region. But if we go to the higher elevation or a moist places, we tend to get more bryophytes. Or rather,
So I
higher
think
density of bryophytes.
So I think moisture
Okay.
is very important for them, right? Moisture.
Yes, moisture is very important.
Okay. Okay.
Moisture, and then their life cycle gets completed in 2 to 4 months. Once this monsoon gets over by the end of December, I think they by the end of December, Jan, their life cycle gets over. Their
Okay.
life cycle is also very short. So
Right.
if
Right.
anyone wants, apart from Gujarat, if anyone wants to visit, want to have research on Bryophytes, want to correct or want to see Bryophytes, they can go to any hilly areas or places where the good amount of moisture is there.
Okay.
They
Okay.
can
Yeah,
visit
that
such
is very
places.
important. Yeah,
Like
because
even
there may
in
be viewers.
huh,
There may be viewers
like
outside of Gujarat. Yeah. Yes.
yes, definitely. Like in Western Ghats, we in every forest in Western Ghats we have this. Okay, or you can they can go during the post monsoon in any forest areas. Okay, in MP like in Panchmari. Okay, in Western Ghats, in any forest area they can go after the post monsoon. They can easily see bryophytes.
Okay. Great.
Now we have asked, no, so I will tell about which are different habitats they can see bryophytes. Okay, there are 2 to 3 main habitats where we can see the bryophytes. One is the bark. Like suppose if we are going at a higher elevation, we can there's a possibility of epiphytes being increasing. So as we go higher, the number of epiphytic species increases. So we can see on the bark, like these two examples are of epiphytes. This is
Okay.
Bachymium. This is Lugenia. These are generally found at a
Okay.
high elevation on the bark. This is Bryum
Okay.
coratum. This is on wall. This is basically cemented wall. We find this. Okay. This is soil. This is Notothylus on soil.
Okay.
This is brick, hydrogonium. This is on rock. So basically we have bark, wall, soil, brick, and rock.
Right.
Okay, and
Okay.
especially in the eastern India or in the western Ghats, we also find on the leaf surface. Like if you go to higher elevation, not on just the bark, on the leaf also we have. So
Very
they are called
interesting. Interesting.
epiphyllous bryophytes,
Okay.
very epiphyllous bryophytes. Though we in Gujarat we have not yet recorded any epiphyllous bryophytes, but in eastern Ghats there are several bryophytes, like member of Lugeniaceae or Merzerials, we find on the leaf of a plants.
Okay. Dr. Rakesh, I have one curiosity that not many people know about bryophytes. They may be knowing about even fawns, that is pteridophytes. But these bryophytes are a bit unknown to laymen like me. So, what might be the reason? Are they unnoticed? They are not properly easily visible or something? What are the likely reasons for that?
Sir, there are few reasons why these groups have been neglected. I won't say that the word neglected. They're
Okay.
unnoticed. Like if anyone or layman goes to the forest or any nearby places, he can easily see or at least identify the angios from higher plants. At least he can understand these are group of plants.
Yes.
But many of
Yes.
these even local villages don't understand or accept that this bryophytes also a group of plants. They
Okay.
consider them as a algae.
Oh, okay.
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 So,
Okay.
like angiosperm, we have local names in anywhere we go, any village or any outskirts we go, we can find a local name for this angiosperm or higher plants.
Yes.
This group
Yes.
of plants don't have any local name.
Okay.
Okay. So there are few reasons why these plants have been unnoticed.
Okay.
The first is the small size and the inconspicuous nature.
Okay.
If we talk about the size, the maximum size of any moss, because moss are considered uh, the largest of a group of plants. So they have size of about 1 to 1.5 centimeter max. So
Okay.
to identify this small group of plants is very difficult. Okay,
Right. Right.
and the
That's true.
sporophytes are still small than them, so
Right.
it's very
Right.
difficult to identify them.
Correct. Correct. Okay. Okay.
So that's why they are being neglected. Second, the
So
lack
there
of
is lack
public
of public
awareness.
awareness. Okay. Okay.
Public awareness. Okay. So even if we go to any of the forest department or any NGO or any, very few people are knowing about this group of plants.
I
Okay.
see.
That's why
Okay.
even they're ecologically and every point of view they're important, but they've been neglected because they don't people are not aware about this group of plants. Second thing, the
Right.
habitat specificity.
Okay.
Habitat necessity. This they have specific habitat where they occur. Like for example, few group of as I said, proteastic members are generally found in places where the moisture level is very less, or arid regions or semi-arid regions. The members of Potaceae are found. Okay.
Right.
So
Okay.
second thing, they perceive no ecological impact. Second is people don't know about the ecological importance like the other group of plants. So main second one of the reason is also there. Fifth point is they're underrepresented in research, because if we talk about the research in India or in Gujarat, very few organizations or people are working on this group of plants. Okay.
So as far as I know,
So
you carried out your PhD on bryophytes, right, in Gujarat.
yeah. I
So
carried out
it
on
might,
Central Gujarat.
yeah. So you might be one of the few researchers who might have selected this topic, isn't it?
Yeah. Very
Okay.
few people are there.
Okay. Okay.
In Gujarat, there's still very few people. If we talk about the southern part of India or the Western Ghats, there people are more compared to the Gujarat. Because the main reason why Gujarat lacks research in this area, because people think that this is an arid type of region, so we will not be getting the bryophytes. But if we move to the
Okay.
South Gujarat or Girnar or Saurashtra, there are many species of bryophytes we can notice there. So these are
Okay.
the few reasons why this group of plants are unnoticed.
Okay.
Now I'll be showing this one slide where you can
Dr.
see this
Rakesh,
species.
Dr. Yeah,
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Rakesh, may I ask what was your area of research for bryophytes, PhD
Uh,
research?
my my PhD area was Central Gujarat, eastern part of Central
Okay.
Gujarat, wherein I had worked for 3 sanctuaries, that is Shulpa National Wildlife Sanctuary, then Ratanmahal
Okay.
Wildlife Sanctuary, and Jambughora Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, I
So
have worked
are
on
they
this
all
sanctuary.
deciduous? Are they all deciduous forests?
Yeah, deciduous forest. But there is a
Okay.
variation in the species diversity. Okay, because this Chota Udaru part is different from the Dahod and Panchmal. So the species
Okay.
which I got in Chota Udaipur is a bit different than we got in the other part of Gujarat, that is
Other
in
parts,
Dahod
yeah.
and Panchmal.
Okay. Okay.
I have
Okay.
also
Please
worked
carry
on
on.
this other parts of Gujarat, like South Gujarat, the species are totally different.
Okay.
Now, talking about the commonly occurring bryophytes, these three bryophytes very commonly occurring. Any common layman man can see this bryophyte. The first one is Gymnostemila verenicosa. These only generally are found in walls of any old building or old monument. We can call this wall. This, however, we are unable to many times unable to see the sporophyte. Okay, generally we can see the vegetative part of this, because this species, this group of species, Gymnostemila verenicosa, we can see the gemma cup, and it reproduces by gemma cup also. So to see its sporophyte is a bit difficult, but still this species is commonly occurring species in Gujarat especially. The second species that is
Okay.
commonly occurring is this hydrogonium. This is generally found in the on the brick. In the bricks we can find this.
Okay.
These are generally star-shaped structures. We can see on the if we
Yeah.
have a close look, we can see star shape. The leaf pattern is like a star.
Yes. Yes.
Star.
Yes. That it looks like that. Yep.
Star. And this one is Hyophila involuta. These are generally found in the rocks, on the rocks. So these three
Okay.
species are one of few species that are commonly occurring in any part of Gujarat. You can see this.
Okay. And maybe even
Now,
Western India,
sorry,
because
sir.
they might be common in Western India also, because Gujaratin is Western India,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So some
yeah. This is
other
common in
states of
Western India.
Western India, they also might have these plants. Right. Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have there.
Yeah.
Especially
Please
this
carry on.
Jimnusava, they will
Yes.
having it. Maharashtra,
Okay.
Rajasthan, we have this species.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, Now, as I shown, these species have habitat specificity. Okay, but why they are specific to particular habitat? There are few characters that makes them different from the other group of plants. Okay, or there are more. There are few characters that makes them specific to that habitat. Why? One is
Okay.
lack of cuticle. So cuticle is we can call this as like wax-like coating. Okay, not exactly
Yes.
wax, but
Yes.
similar to
Yes.
wax-like coating is there. They lack
Yeah.
cuticle. So the cuticle
Yes.
is nothing
Okay.
a defense mechanism. So if anything
Yes.
harsh condition is there, it does. If I have a cuticle layer, it will not affect the plant. But this
Yeah.
group of plants lack cuticles. So if there are any
Okay.
changes in the atmosphere surrounding microhabitat, this plant, the group of plants to react to it. Second
Okay.
thing,
Okay.
leaf epidermis are unistatos. Unistatos means single layer. Okay,
I
they
see.
lack
Okay.
lignified tissues. Lignified tissues means lignified tissues are can easily absorb the stress, or rather they can absorb any major changes in the microclimatic conditions. They have
Right.
dead tissues.
Right.
Second, third,
Okay.
fourth is ectohydry. They lack internal conductive tissues.
Okay. Like xylem
Okay,
phloem. Okay.
they absent. They are absent.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
fifth is they are specific to microhabitats. Like as I have told earlier, a few species are found on bricks, few are found on
Yes.
rocks, few are found on
Walls.
walls. So they are specific to
Yes.
their microhabitats.
Right.
Third, fifth, sixth is they are polythermic. These are the few of the characters that makes them different from the other group of plants, or other they are
Okay.
susceptible to the microclimatic conditions.
Okay. Right.
Now, this group of plants are very specific. See, there are few species are habitat indicators. Like this is Briar species, okay, that is generally found in alkaline soil.
Okay.
Okay,
I
this
see.
is
Right.
Plagioclasma, generally found in lime-rich wall, or we can say calcareous wall. This is Plagioclasma.
Okay.
There are
I see.
3 to 4 species of Plagioclasma. Most of them
Okay.
are found on the calcareous wall or lime-rich wall.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
this is
Hmm.
Philonopsis species that is generally found near stream or waterfall where there is a continuous flow of water. Okay,
Very
so
interesting.
and,
Okay.
if we get this species, no, we can at least come to know that that at that place there might be some stream in the past or the current stream. There might be stream
Okay.
in the current state. This is the
Okay.
indicator because this
Right.
species is only found near the waterfall or where there is continuous flow of water. It can be drip by drip water or a continuous flow of water. But this continuous
Okay.
flow of water is the prerequisite for this group of plant. This
Okay.
species, Philonopsis.
Right. Okay. Do they indicate any climate change, Dr. Rakesh?
Yeah, they indicate climate change. Definitely indicate climate change
Okay.
because I told
Because
you
they,
these
yeah.
are the characters that make them different. So if there is any change in the microclimatic conditions, they will different. Because see, if there is a low level of moisture, their leaves curl, or there is a after the monsoon, if the water dries up, their leaves curl.
Yes. Okay.
So this is the condition. This indicates that there is change in the microclimatic conditions or climate.
Okay.
I won't say it is long-term change in the climate, but a small change in the climate, microclimate rather. These are the few ecosystem
I
services
see.
that is
Okay.
given by the bryophytes or
Yeah.
due to the bryophyte. First is the carbon sequestration. As a plant, they are helpful in carbon sequestration. Second,
Oh.
they are pioneer species. Why they are pioneer species? Because
Okay.
they
Right.
in the
Right.
succession they
They
makes a
need.
platform to the
Yes.
they makes a platform
Yeah.
for the angiosperm or other group of plants to come because they come
Right.
because before them the bacteria other group of plants come. Okay, after that
Right.
they biophytes come and makes a conducive atmosphere for the angiosperm to come. Okay, that's
Yes.
why if
Yes.
they don't come because the requirements of angiosperm to establish in a particular habitat are far more compared to the bryophytes because bryophytes are a very simple group of plants. So their requirements are also very small. So once they come and make a conducive
Yeah.
atmosphere for angiosperm to come. So once this group of plants come, the angiosperm also come over a period of time.
Right. Okay.
They provide habitat for microinvertebrates. Then research. This point I will discuss in next slide. Okay, research. They are also important for research point of view.
Okay. Okay.
They are used in
Yeah.
packing materials like sphagnum moss. Are generally
Definitely.
used in
Yeah.
packing material. Okay, packing material.
Okay.
Even
Okay. Yeah.
many places they instead of this straw they use sphagnum. Okay, because that
Okay. Yeah.
as a packing material. That as I discussed
Right.
earlier, it is an indicator of environmental status. So what kind of species
Okay.
we are finding it because depending upon that we can have an idea about the environmental condition, environmental status, the soil status, the microhabitat status, we can come to know about depending on the species we can find.
Okay. Okay. Great.
But coming about the research, everyone is knowing about the angiosperm and the Arabidopsis, that is a model plant.
Right.
But in Bryophytes also
Right.
we have a model plant that is called Fiscomatilla patens. This
Okay.
is a model plant.
What is that?
That is,
Okay.
model plant is generally a group of plant is or a plants on a plant where whole genome sequence is being carried out, and on
Oh,
that the
excellent.
research of molecular studies are done.
Okay.
So, in Bryophytes, we have Fiscomatilla patens, which is a model
Right.
plant. Okay, it's
Okay.
the first non-seed plant to have a whole genome sequence.
Oh, that's
इसकी
interesting.
पूरी genome sequence available है. We have whole genome sequence of this plant. And the molecular studies about the evolution, okay, about its physiology, about its growth pattern is being carried out, and its molecular studies, that is gene or studies, are being carried out in this plant. And why this plant is selected as a
Okay.
model plant?
Okay.
There are few reasons that makes this plant suitable for as a model organism. The first and foremost
I
is
see.
simple genome. Its genome is very simple compared to other. Its gene manipulation is
Okay.
easy because if you want to go for molecular studies, we need to manipulate the genes. Even we have to go for a manipulation of, at a genes level. So and its manipulation is easy compared to other species.
Okay.
Second, third thing is the tissue is very simple. We don't have complex tissues like other angiosperms like tracheids,
Okay.
phloem, xylem. Okay. Fourth is short lifespan. Their
Right. Right.
lifespan
Right.
is
Right.
generally
Right.
2 to 4 weeks. Okay, that's why they have been because
Right.
if we want to do an experiment and if we have to wait for 7 to 8 months for the results to come, it delays our whole process. So this lifespan of this plant is very small. So you can complete more number of experiments in a short duration of time.
Yes.
Second is it has good
Very interesting.
regeneration
Yeah.
ability. Okay, because it regenerates
Yeah.
very fast. Right? It in 2 to 4 weeks the plant's whole life cycle is complete, or you can regenerate. There is a one more thing
Okay.
that
Yeah.
makes plant suitable as a model organism.
Right. Yes.
Now, talking about the threats of these plants, there are I will just discussing the few important threats that this plant faces. One is the pollution. It's pollution of any kind, like soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution. It's because any kind of pollution affects this plant because it lacks cuticle. It is very sensitive to surrounding environment and microenvironment
Yes.
condition. So any kind of
Okay.
pollution, it can be any kind. It affects this plant for a long period of
Right.
time. Second is
Okay.
habitat fragmentation. Okay. Third is climate change. So climate change is a
Yes.
big term. So any change in climate, it can be a long-term change or short-term change. It affects these plants.
Correct. Correct. Okay. That's right. That is. So
So
these are
this
all
is all
threats
about the
to.
bryophyte,
Yes.
threats to
Yes. Very.
bryophyte.
Yeah, it was very interesting, and I'm sure that many of our viewers might have got very new information because, as Dr. Rakesh had said, this field is still relatively less explored, and leave alone the lay people, even our students and postgraduate students, some researchers might not be knowing much about these bryophytes. So we are very thankful to you for dealing with this subject elaborately, and
Thank
you
you.
gave both kinds of information. You gave some field level information like which bryophytes exist in Western India, and you also gave importance of these plant group for as indicators and for ecological functions. So it was really very interesting and very knowledge packed presentation and conversation with us. Thank you very much, and we look forward to
Thank you.
meet you in future also. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, sure. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.